This is Grapplers Talk.
Yo, 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 yo.
Hello, everyone.
What's up?
How's it going?
Dude, this is awesome, man. We are on episode 3 of Grapplers Talk. This week is going to be a little bit troubling and hard for us. Obviously, you know, doing a podcast, people don't understand the things and the obstacles and what you have to go through.
Yeah.
For example, this week I'm sick, right? How do you continue to podcast, and how do you set up guests, and how do you run fundraisers and different things like that when you're sick?
Yeah.
You got to just keep doing it.
Not easy. It's hard enough getting a hold of you to begin with. But yeah, no. And thank you everybody for listening. Episode 3. We're super excited to be here. We do not have a guest today, unfortunately, but we will be talking about quite a few things. We have some stuff coming up. We want to touch base on, some local competitors we want to talk about, and, kind of pick your guys' brain about IBJJF. We were just talking about that, right, Dave?
We were getting real deep on it. We probably
Yeah.
should have recorded that because we got
It
really
was pretty
good. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
But we'll keep talking about it. We got plenty of time, plenty of episodes. We're just getting started. This is Grapplers Talk, guys. We got t-shirts available. We got mediums, extra larges. We also have our stickers. So check us out. Hit us up for a sticker. Check this out. If you're listening and you go and leave us a review, send us a screenshot of your review and we will get you a sticker immediately.
Absolutely. We will bring it to you too if we have to. We'll come out to your guys' academy. We'd like to reach out to you guys and introduce ourselves and maybe even get a roll or two one of these days. That'd be nice.
It's jiu-jitsu networking's the best, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like they're all awesome people.
Right. Yeah.
We were talking to Tim McKenzie last week, and you know, we were talking if there was a jiu-jitsu school on every corner, right? Imagine that.
Yeah.
Right? There's a McDonald's almost every block, or Starbucks almost every block away. But imagine there being a jiu-jitsu school on every corner.
Yeah, the world would be a lot better.
Right?
Yeah.
You're at the gas station, you hear someone come up to you, you know, talking shit, you know. Then they find out you just walked away from that jiu-jitsu school. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, you're less likely to start stuff with somebody. Absolutely.
Yeah. But so we have a lot of things going on. I have a big fundraiser for my academy coming up at the end of this month. Been trying to train continuously and keep up my training regimen, of course, you know. But with that being said, it's tough, man. When you get sick and you're wanting to train, right? That's probably one of the hardest things you got to deal with is trying to navigate, you know, being sick and getting a little fucking cold, right?
Well, yeah, and you're instructor. You're
Yeah.
an instructor. You know, you teach people every night, so you're dependent on even more.
Great point,
you
right?
know? Yeah.
So
you didn't think of that.
let me ask the instructors out there, right? If anybody's listening and you own your own academy or you're instructing or you're running classes or anything, what do you do when you're sick, right? Do you have someone cover classes? Do you just kind of coach throughout practice, put them through some live drills or something like that?
Yeah, or even more so, how did that go when you first started out? 'Cause
Right.
that's the situation you're in. You said that some people can have somebody else fill in. You don't really have that opportunity. You have a couple guys maybe, but
Yeah.
it depends on if they're available, right?
Right. And you know, in this point, it's so crucial, right? To make sure your classes or you don't cancel classes or anything like that, you know,
Yeah.
keeping your following going, keeping your guys training, you know,
Absolutely.
it's crazy. You cancel one practice, dude, and it's crazy how many people fall off, right?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't know. I've dealt with it for a while, but like, I mean, if I have to cancel a practice for any reason whatsoever, it sucks because it's like that momentum it's hard to keep building, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
absolutely. You want to stay consistent. Consistency is the key, right?
Yeah. So how's training been for you lately?
Actually, it's been pretty good. Still getting my my cardio and my muscle stamina and all that back, but it's been pretty good. My knees have felt pretty good. I actually bought those Anaconda
The
knee braces.
Instagram famous.
Dude, they got me, man. I've
Yeah.
seen those Instagram, you know, commercials for I don't know, a couple months now. And I've held off. I've looked for cheaper things. I found some that were more expensive, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. 2 for $59, right? And I'm not
Yeah, that's
sponsored
not
by
bad.
them. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just being honest with my review. I put them on. I haven't had any knee pain since, and I've been training no-gi mostly this week.
They're big on advertising that they actually stay on during training. How have they been for you?
They stay on better than any other knee brace I've used.
That's good.
There's always going to be some sort of small amount of slippage.
Right.
But it's so minimal. They stay on. I don't have to reach down every 10 seconds to pull them up.
Wow.
They're really nice. They really are. And you know what? Also, the other thing is kudos to all my teammates not cranking on leg locks on me and everything. I appreciate that, fellas. But at the same time, though, being able to do like knee cut passes and stuff like that is a lot easier now.
Yeah.
Where before that was the motion that hurt.
And sometimes
that's my game. I love that.
Sometimes those knee braces too is just a big confidence thing, right? Having something there, you're aware of the injury, right?
Yeah.
You know, you want to gain confidence back, but you know, sometimes it's a little sketch, right?
Well, yeah, and like me and Coach Manny were talking about it when I was telling them how they feel, like the compression factor too. Like the compression factor makes the injury just feel more secure, makes it feel better. I feel like, I don't know what the situation is, the science behind it, but they're feeling good, man. I'm actually going to be training again, no-gi tonight.
Awesome.
And
you never got any sort of doctor follow-up about those knees, right?
No, because in reality, they're going to tell me, you know, they're going to try to, I have Kaiser, you know, so they try to avoid the MRI if possible. Mm-hmm. And then when you do go get an MRI, then they give you all these, you know, I just don't want to go through the hoopla.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get surgery.
Yeah.
So, but hey, you know what? Speaking of that, Kalani is down in San Diego.
Down in Tijuana.
Yeah. Stem cells.
Yeah, dude. I was looking into that, and ever since Kalani Foster has been posting about it on Instagram, obviously the algorithm or whatever clicked for my shit, and all the CPI advertisements been popping up.
Right, me too. Same here.
So, you know, I wish him the best, man. Like, I didn't know he was suffering with those kind of injuries. I knew his knees were bad.
I didn't know there was that many injuries though.
Yeah.
That's a laundry list of them. And I kind of reached out to him via message and said, hey man, excited to hear about this when you come back. Let's get you on the podcast. Let's talk about it. So he's down. When we get him back, in the next week or so, we're going to have him on here. We're going to talk about that, his experience down there, how it felt, what he went through beforehand and after, what his recovery looks like.
A lot of guys are going down there and doing that, man.
Yeah.
At least, you know, he posted a couple of videos and those rooms looked full.
Yeah.
You know, where they're doing the blood work and whatever they do.
And if you look on their Instagram, you know, Sean O'Malley gives them a lot of video credit. Some other big names are on there just talking about the difference it's made. And are stem cells mainly made synthetically now, or are they actual stem cells? All right, my wife is going to kill me for this. I'm 100% ignorant on the fact.
Yeah,
okay?
you don't
pretty
know?
much. I mean, I'm not 100%, but I might as well be, right? But yeah, I don't know. I have to talk to her. I do some research myself, but I just, whatever it is, I hope it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it is, but I mean, however the case is,
right.
I hope it works for him because, dude, that's a lot of injuries. That's a lot of pain.
Dude, that's to be able to train through that and or attempt to even train through that, dude. That's mind blowing, you know, like especially being on the mats multiple times a day, running a school,
right?
You know, and you know, kudos to him, dude. He lost a tremendous amount of weight, like so. I'm sure that helped his knees 100 times, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, also think about how that affects your mood daily, man. Like just having so much pain all the time.
I get pissy when I'm not feeling well.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, same here. But so, anyways, just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah,
he's gonna come on soon in the next week or two. I think we have him scheduled to come on pretty soon, and we're gonna talk about that journey. I wanna explore that and see what he went through, and maybe even have him on a follow up to see how it feels after that. I know there's probably some people out there that are curious and just don't know where to start.
I heard when you actually get the stem cells, it can be pretty painful.
Yeah, well, I saw one of his posts said that the knees didn't hurt that bad, but the elbows were a pain in the ass. I guess, like they really hurt. So
and I'm sure it depends on a lot of things: pain tolerance, severity, how many stem cells they're shooting in you.
I can't imagine it feels good at all when you're getting any injection, man.
You know, maybe I'm ignorant, but but you would think that with the advancements in stem cells and shit, they could be like, you know, curing people of cancer and different things similar to that. You know, if stem cells are working so effectively, you know, the advancements in them, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how that stuff works, dude. I'm just shooting from the hip. I have no medical background. I barely graduated high school. You know.
I just wanted to bring that up because I know we're gonna have him on soon. But to circle back around, yeah, training's going good.
Yeah. So now that you're back, you're I know you talked about training mostly in the gi.
Yeah.
You're going to no gi tonight. How are you splitting your time up?
So right now it's kind of dependent on my work schedule. Sometimes I work at night on call. So if, like, for example, this week I'm going to have 3 days of no gi in, which is fine because I'm not hurting.
Right.
I can do that, but anything's better than nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do want to focus on the gi still this year. I still want to compete in the gi this year. Trying to find something hopefully soon, but I really want to be able to go, really hard before I even consider something. But, as of right now, and especially with the busy season coming up, as you know, I do HVAC. You got me into it.
Yeah.
Busy season coming up. So I'm kind of going to just take training as I can.
Yeah.
And when it's available. And
that's the best way to do it in summertime, especially, I trained while doing heating and air for quite some time, and my summer schedule always sucked, and I knew it, but it is what it is,
I'm going to probably hit a bunch of open mats.
Yeah. You just got to get it in when you can during the summer,
Yeah.
But, man, we got some exciting things going on. We were talking earlier before the podcast a little bit about IBJJF, and, I don't really know anybody in that organization personally, as far as any high ups or anything like that. But man, is it difficult to really get into their competitions.
Yeah, they really make you jump through hoops if you haven't really gone through their system from white belt up.
Yeah.
As we were talking about, just a brief rundown, I competed as a white belt in Santa Cruz Open, freaking 2008, 2007, whatever it was, I can't remember, but it was, early 2000s.
A long time ago.
Yeah, right. Tried to register last year for No-Gi Worlds as a purple belt, and they said no go. And I'm like, what's going on? Why not? It's been plenty of time.
It's only been 15 years.
They wanted me to have my belt promotion sign off, like a sheet done, and have it signed off by the head instructor of the organization. And, we team up with Alliance and with Precision. And so, the head instructor's in North Carolina, and it's not easy to get a hold of him, and nor do I want to bother him with something so trivial. He's a busy man. So long story short, I really am kind of handcuffed unless I want to go compete as a blue belt, and I really don't feel like doing that. I'm not getting any younger here.
The funny thing was, you were telling me before the show you tried using a fake name and email address.
A fake name. Okay, I tried to see if I could use maybe just Chris instead of Christopher, and then use my wife's email. But you got to upload your ID, and since I did that, they said, "Hey, wait a minute, we know you."
Man.
So I don't know. It is difficult in comparison to I know it's a different scale, but World League, Jiu-Jitsu World League is super easy, and it's super easy to even change divisions. They let you do it like a week before. They text you like, "Hey, bro, you got your last chance right now to change divisions."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a trip, dude. I get a text on a Sunday before the tournament.
I feel like with all the newer competitions and tournaments coming up, that IBJJF is really got to be struggling when it comes to, the top athletes. If it's that hard to register and be a part of it, I mean, unless you're at an IBJJF school, then you're gold, right? You just get the paper.
Which is true, and most of those schools are bigger schools too.
Bigger
right?
schools
so
and bigger areas.
People, but I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard to get into it or to register as whatever belt you are.
Yeah.
But I understand to a point, making sure that people are within where they belong. But to make it that difficult, man,
well, there's just no
why would
need
I lie
for
about
it.
being a purple belt?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw myself to the wolves.
Right. Right.
I mean, even if you sign up, say you signed up as a black belt, that's a death sentence.
That is dumb.
Why would you do that? You know what I mean? So it doesn't really make the most sense.
No.
I don't know how many people out there are lying about their belts or what the situation that caused it to be so stringent, but it's kind of annoying.
And they kind of require a lot of documentation, copy your ID front and back, copy of the change of belts or the belt promotion.
Where's all this information going?
You have to email it in, dude. It's super confusing and hard. That's the only way to communicate is email.
And like, you know, say there's a data breach on their website. Like that's all your shit's out there, bro.
I mean, it's probably already out there anyways. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, but like I said, in comparison to World League or something else, some of these other organizations, they make you just register, you put down what you are, and boom, there you go.
They need to make it a lot easier. Whoever's out there in the IBJJF, guys, get your shit together.
Well, I feel like they'd have a lot more people sign up if it wasn't so difficult. I mean, like you said, okay, so me personally, I'm one of the only people I know that's had that situation, but you said you've heard of a few people that have had that happen to them, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Even I talked to a friend of mine who's a black belt, and just going through registering as a black belt and all the stuff, he had all of his paperwork lined out. But it was just one hoop after another. Oh, we didn't get your documents. Oh, we didn't get this, you know? Right. And finally he's like, dude, this is so stupid. I don't even want to waste my time with it.
And it cost every single time for him to file something, huh?
Every single time, dude.
See, there's like a processing fee and like an annual fee, and it's like, why?
And from my understanding, as you get higher up in the organization, they make you do like business classes and different things that just it's not really that necessary to me. It seems like, you know.
Yeah, that sounds strange.
Like, I know somebody that is out in Florida, and they went through the whole IBJJF process and getting their certificates and everything, and he had to go through like 2 days of training with instructors and showing moves and testing, and
wow,
like it was. I mean, it seemed like a lot. I don't know exactly.
I understand making sure you're legitimizing the black belts and everything, but I mean, just the way that it. I don't know, just what I had to go through just to even not get to what I wanted to happen.
Right.
I can imagine how hard it is to be certified.
And you're still
belt.
not registered.
Still not registered. I mean, I am as a blue belt, but anyways.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Florida and IBJJF.
So wait, before we move on from that, if you go and like terrorize the blue belt division and then get promoted on the podium, do you think that would get you your paperwork? I mean, you can't deny that one. He's getting promoted to purple belt on the podium.
But what if I go in there and I get whooped by the blue belts?
Then you got to
get demoted.
Then you got to rethink your training.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I'm gonna figure something out, to be honest, because I want to compete in Gi Worlds next year. I wanted to do it this year, but the knee injury held me back a little bit. You know.
Yeah, most definitely.
I want to be training a lot more often, a lot more, a lot harder at this point. You know, but
yeah.
You know, it is what it is. So I'm going to try to shoot for next year, but that gives me extra time to try to figure this thing out too. Maybe somebody out there, if you're listening and you can help or you can help.
Yeah.
Please. I just want to compete, you know.
Yeah. It's and I mean, with IBJJF, the prices to compete that competitors have to pay. Yeah. I mean, they're paying ridiculous amounts of money, right?
Plus travel.
Yeah.
A lot of people travel.
What's the IBJJF tournament nowadays? What, $200?
I think 175.
Yeah, right there.
Right. So,
yeah.
But like I said, speaking of that, Florida, IBJJF, you know what's happening right now, right?
What's going down?
Pans.
Yeah.
Right now. Started yesterday.
Right? On Flow Grappling?
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching a little bit of it today. There's some pretty good brown belt matches going on. I saw a couple female brown belt matches. Some male purple belt matches. There's some pretty good jiu-jitsu going on, man.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance today to catch up on the Pans yet, but I seen that a bunch of people were posting about it and stuff like that. So,
do you know anybody competing?
I don't know anybody personally. I really, it kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah.
But what about you? You guys got anybody?
I don't know anybody personally. I mean, I know Steven Galvez. We talked about him recently. Yeah. He's up in Washington. He flew out there to compete.
And he's in the black belt division?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's Master 3 if I saw it right. I don't know them personally, but I think that the people in charge of Arte Suave are competing from Precision.
Very cool. Very cool.
So I think they're competing in Pans in the brown belt division. And that's about all I know of, really, dude. Like, I haven't seen a whole lot except for, you know, the bigger names, some of the bigger names.
Speaking of Arte Suave, our boy Lott is competing at the Anaheim one.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up here pretty soon.
I saw that.
I'm excited about that, dude. Lots of hard guy to really plan for, you know? Like, Mateus, their match was incredible. Like, again, I could watch that match 3-4 times.
Yeah. Can you imagine a no time limit?
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I
They
don't
probably
know.
won't. Not very
Art
happy
Suave
about us
it's
bringing
like
it up, huh?
12 o'clock at night. Art Suave's like, come on, dude. We got 10 more matches.
Yeah, dude.
What the hell?
Like, what was it? Remember that one on, was it Who's Number One?
Yeah. They had the match going at the same
They
time.
had it go in the background, right? It
It was the reality show.
yeah, what was the guy's names?
Who's
Dude.
Next reality show? It was, Isaac Mitchell.
And the dude from 10th Planet.
Yeah. The dude that trains at B Team, right?
Why can't I think of his name? Anyways.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
they were
Going in the
Dude, they were
background.
going like off the mats too during that
Yeah.
match. Like they were letting him roll on the floor. So
Yeah, dude, those guys are both savage. I can't wait. I hope they rematch again. Even in Arte Suave would be tight,
yeah.
right? Like,
Dude, but Lot, like, he's so young, you know what I mean? Like, he's got nothing but upside to him.
yeah,
Like,
both of them. Yeah.
and that dude competes quite a bit. Like, dude, I'm excited, man. This next generation of grapplers coming up,
Lots
they
of
train
good dude.
hard, you know, they're athletic.
yeah,
They've been doing it even longer than some of us because they started as kids. Some of them did.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Even if they haven't, they've put in a lot of mat time, man.
right. Like Mateus, I mean, 4 years at Blue Belt, dude, that's a long time. Like, he's definitely putting in the work.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Yeah,
definitely putting in the work, you know, being the champion in that organization. You know, I know there's a lot of call outs. It seems like,
Yeah,
you know, some
probably.
guys will win some big matches. They'll be like, I want the belt next.
yeah. Who doesn't, dude?
Right. So I hope we see Mateus coming up a few more times this year on that Arte Suave.
This is the
organization.
first competition for Lot since that match, isn't it? Or at least that I've seen.
I feel like it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It very well could be. It's important for him to get back on the horse, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he lost that match by much. You know, it was
No.
a solid match. There was nothing to shake your head about.
I would have hated to be the judge, honestly, like, cause I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's why I said I need another one. I need some more of that.
Yeah.
Like, that was a good match. And you saw the crowd.
Right.
The crowd was on fire. They were standing up cheering.
Yeah, that match was incredible. Probably one of the best matches I've seen in that organization.
Yeah. It was a good
Like,
one,
I've
dude.
seen some good matches. I've seen some, you know, solid ones, but that match in particular, dude, it just blew me out of the water.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, blue belts, especially nowadays as a blue belt, right? Think of that, man. Think of the people you got to run through in a tournament. Like guys like Mateus, guys like Richard, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's no easy matches whatsoever in the blue belt division. It's like these guys are tapping black belts all the time.
Which is probably why, what was it, Submissions on the Shores did the Baddest Blues all the time. Cause those are always solid tournaments to watch, dude.
And that one that you were going to do, man, that whole tournament was so solid.
I know.
I haven't seen one in a minute since then, but
Yeah.
man, that matchup was such a good.
I would have loved to be on that one. I was excited to do it, man, but just my knee popped.
Yeah.
That Thursday before. So
And that happens. That happens with especially these competitions. Greg had a competition coming up, and he jacked something up in either his arm or his knee or something. I can't remember, or maybe a rib. But go ahead.
speaking of injuries holding back, did you see? So let me just say this. I've always wanted to be on a Fight to Win card.
Yeah.
Just to say I've done it, right?
Yeah, Fight
But
to Win's
I mean,
cool.
it looks cool. I just want to do it, man. And they're finally coming back around. I've been trying to find and wait, and they're finally coming back around, and I'm just now getting back into training. They're going to be here in like 2 weeks, dude. I'm like, damn it. So they're like the definition of stay ready. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Did you ever watch that documentary on Flow Grappling about Fight to Win?
no.
So, if you guys are out there, you guys subscribe to Flow Grappling, check it out. It's really interesting. He talks about like, you know, putting on these events and, you know, his goal was to turn it into a party. You know, that's why they have the lights and the big, you know, things and, you know, they want it to be a big production. But not only that, that fool will go out there, say somebody got injured, right? He'll go out there and compete.
Yeah.
Like as the promoter, if he has to.
Are you talking about, what's his name?
Seth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. That guy's pretty savage.
Yeah,
for doing
dude.
that.
For doing that, like as a promoter, like Chad did that back in the day. He threw a fight card and he didn't have the best turnout on fighters. And I remember the show must go on, right?
Right.
So what are you going to do as a promoter? You're going to get your ass in the ring and Chad went like 3-4 rounds with a pretty good boxer, you know, just to keep the crowd entertained.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes as a promoter, these things happen, and you just gotta go with it and make it work.
Yeah. Well, good for him. I mean, look at what he's made.
Yeah.
It's big now.
Yeah, I think Fight to Win is a good organization. I'd like to get on a card one day too. I think it'd be sick.
Absolutely.
You were talking about Mika Galval earlier, and it was cracking me up.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
Mika's just going around like he didn't test positive for all the juice in the world.
I mean, but let's be honest, right? Like, it happened. It came up as news in everybody's feed, and then like, boom, everybody didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, he just went on to other organizations.
Yeah.
You know what I
Like
mean?
within a couple weeks, he was doing another competition.
Probably between cycles, you know, like probably didn't even finish it before he got caught. I don't
Do you think
know.
it's hard for them to match someone up against him?
Probably.
Like any organization?
I mean, probably, but
Like, I mean, you know, a guy's a cheater, right? You know, he's out there taking the juice.
I mean, he probably is not hard. It's probably not super hard to get him matches, because think about how many guys out there are probably like, if I take him down, I'm the new guy, you know? Because let's be honest, Mika Galval's dope,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
He's
he's
savage.
top of his game right now.
But I mean, as far as it goes with the juice stuff, I mean, we got to figure out if we're going to let it happen or not.
Yeah,
Jiu-jitsu,
there's
dude.
gotta be a
We
clear
gotta-
line. You know,
yeah.
we got Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan going back and forth. We got Mika Galval in every organization but IBJJF.
Everybody's pointing fingers, dude. It's like that Spider-Man meme, right? Everybody's pointing
Yeah.
around. You're on the juice. You're on the
Right.
juice. It's like, oh my God.
Either
guys.
let them do it or don't, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it's, I don't know. It's ridiculous. But anyways, that's what we were talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's just
let's
funny.
live in the imaginary for a second,
Let's
Chris.
do it. Okay.
So say you were a top competitor in the world. Okay.
Okay.
You're in Who's Number One, and you're in Fight to Win, and you're in all these big organizations.
Right.
They don't test you for juice.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Would you do it?
No, honestly, I mean,
Say you had an injury.
it's hard to say because I'm not in that position, bro.
Say you
I'm
tweaked your
the
knee.
furthest from that kind of top athlete. But I can't.
If they
sit there-
don't test,
I don't think I would.
why not?
I just don't. I don't think I need it at this point.
Yeah, but say you got an injury and they're like, hey, you know, I got some shit. You're going to have to
Who is
inject.
the fucking guy behind the garbage can at back of
Yeah,
school?
the guy.
Like, you make it sound like
the
there's some dude
guy
in a
in the
trench coat
hat and a
offering me
trench
needle.
coat. Yes,
What the
that
hell?
guy is like, hey, I could help you out.
Hey, bro.
Maybe you're at the gym, right? And you're in the locker room and you're getting dressed, and he's like, hey, I saw that you were limping earlier.
Bro.
I got the stuff you need to fix your knee.
Yeah. Okay. I worked in a gym for a long time, bro. I've seen it. Okay. There's a sharp box in there for a reason, and it ain't for diabetes. Let me tell you that. Okay. No, I don't.
Is there a sharp box in the?
Yeah. And in shapes
wow.
and stuff, they have sharp boxes in there. They say it's for diabetics. But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Why is there a sharp box? Oh, where else do you find sharp boxes in the bathroom?
Yeah. How many diabetics are like, hang on, I gotta hit my insulin at the gym.
That's a
You
good
know?
time for me to take
Yeah. Let me take some now.
it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of insulin and stuff, but I don't think that's a great time to take it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if you work out or something, your I can't even say it now.
Insulin?
Insulin is depleted.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
But-
we're wrong. Maybe it's not for steroids. Maybe it's for the diabetics out there. If you're diabetic, please don't get mad at us.
Right. It's the guys, the diabetic guy with 7% body fat that weighs 235 pounds, right? That guy?
You know who I feel bad for?
Who?
The diabetics that aren't like overweight, the ones that it's like hereditary.
Oh, yeah.
Cause it's fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Like to be a diabetic and having to look at all this shit and shoot needles in your arms and whatever.
I could only imagine, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of people out there that some people are born with diabetes. Some people develop it because it runs in their family.
Yeah.
All kinds of little weird things about it. But
There's a guy at my academy, actually. Ray's his name. Super, super nice guy, right? He's my wife's training, one of my wife's training partner's husbands. He's a nice guy. He's been training a long time on and off, but he's a busy guy. He's a nurse. He's got diabetes, and it's not because he's unhealthy at all.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's in good shape.
Yeah.
And the poor guy sometimes will have to take a break in the middle of class to drink like some orange juice or something sometimes
Yeah.
just to get his levels back up. And it affects him. I'm pretty sure it's affected him during competition before too.
100%.
So
Since
yeah.
Eric has diabetes too,
Right.
but like
Yeah,
hereditary.
like the yeah.
It's not from anything, obviously he's been a martial artist his whole life, but still has diabetes.
But you know what? I give him kudos for doing that, though.
I don't even know if most people know that. Like,
because you can't. I don't know how that feels, but like anything with blood like that,
yeah,
it's got to be scary, man.
Dude, blood pressure, diabetes, anything like that will fuck you up, more than you even know,
right?
But yeah, it's crazy, like having things like that, like diabetes, and still figuring out a way to train around it. Like that's tough.
No,
like,
that's awesome.
You got to eat right. You got to make sure everything's on point, because
and you got to keep your stuff on hand. Some of those snacks and stuff, and juices and insulin probably.
Craig and I were at a Grappling X.
Did you say Craig?
Greg.
Okay, I thought we were like friends with Craig Jones. So like Craig and I.
Craig Jones.
We went down under.
My boy.
Right.
No, Greg and I, we went to a Grappling X tournament, and this dude gassed in the match. But man, he faked the best stroke I've ever seen.
Oh, you told me about that,
bro.
You sure that was fake, dude?
Dude, I 100%. That was all his ego.
Where was this at again?
This is at Grappling X, day of the Super Bowl,
San Jose,
Sacramento.
Okay.
Me and Greg went out there. John Carr from Buffalo Black went up against this guy. And if you know John out there, I don't know him personally. I met him that day. But John's a big guy.
I saw a picture.
He's a big, muscular
looks like a big
guy.
fella.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's thick. Like,
is he a blue belt?
He's a blue belt.
Okay.
Another one of those killer assassin blue belts.
Oh, that's fun.
But he's a big dude. And the guy he went up against was a big guy. And John pretty much got on top of him, held good position, swept him a couple times. Whatever. They had 2 matches.
Damn.
And in the second match, so I kind of heard the commentary in between matches. So after the first match, the dude that John went against was breathing heavy, and man, I wasn't ready for him. That's a big, strong guy. Da 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 da. And next thing you know, they had the second match, and I don't even know how it ended. Right? It ended in some imaginary submission. Right? John was on top. Then the dude starts like convulsing on the mat.
No.
And I'm like, dude, you didn't even go unconscious. Like so bad that the referees came over and lifted his legs like he was.
Are you sure he was awake?
100% sure he was awake. I'm
I'm probably like devil's advocate here. That's
probably
all.
like a foot and a half, 2 feet away from this guy.
Okay.
So I'm right next to him. I'm on the mats, like just watching and filming and doing whatever. But he starts convulsing. Then his coach comes by, and they're doing the sternum rub on him, trying to wake him up. And I'm like, he's awake. What are you guys doing? The next thing you know, he's like, oh, my whole body's numb. Half of my body, I can't feel it. And he's like freaking out. Like they had to stop like the whole competition, have a bunch of people go help him off the mats. And then he was fine. Nothing wrong with him.
He just walked
His
off?
coach was like, dude, you got to tell me, like, what are you feeling right now? What's going on?
Maybe
like,
he was being smothered.
No, dude.
And he couldn't breathe.
He was embarrassed because he lost. So he faked a stroke on the mat.
I mean, okay.
That's just my opinion, dude. I've never seen anybody react to that.
You saw it in person. I'm just like, I've never heard of that. So like, I can't.
For the longest time, Greg was sitting a little bit away from me, and he's like, "What happened? I missed it. I don't know what's going on."
I'm gonna need to get Greg on here one of these days to confirm this story.
He'll confirm the fake stroke.
The fake stroke,
dude. I mean, I don't blame him, dude. If I was embarrassed as shit, maybe you got your whole fucking 30 members of your family there, and you're like, "Fuck, man, something's hurt," right?
Oh my god, losing's part of the game.
Yeah,
I need to be embarrassed. That's how we grow.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I hate losing,
dude.
Me too.
Yeah, the people out there that's like, oh, you got to embrace it,
dude.
Right?
Speaking of that,
I don't buy that.
Listen to this, okay? I want to. Excuse me. I want to do another Arte Suave event one of these time soon. Like I'd like to do if they do a Stockton one again. But I'm 0-3 in the organization, bro. So it's not a good look for me. So
0-3.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm 0-1.
Remember, you were like, "Oh, you're doing all right in your competition." No, bro, I got a lot of work to do.
Arte Suave is a hard organization to really like put it together.
Yeah, I came across
the rules
a
are different.
Studs.
Like you never know who you're going against. You don't get another chance. It's a one-off. So
the last guy I went against, he gave me the opportunity for a rematch. And shout out to you, buddy. Thank you, Mike Gianelli. Super nice guy.
Mike's super cool,
yeah,
dude.
Man.
I love that guy.
And he even let me say, let's keep it in the gi. We even went up 5 pounds. He was super cool with it. And he came out and he handled it, man. But I know I could do better.
Yeah.
I think I just hesitate a lot, to be honest.
Those-
I don't attack as much, and that's what I need to do.
Yeah, in those matches especially, you have to be on the
dude.
offense.
Yeah.
Like you can't play defense. That's what happened with me. I was defending too much, right?
Yeah.
Got caught in a choke. You got to be super offensive in those submission only matches or whatever you want to call them, one offs or. You got to be on top of it.
Yeah.
Like I see a lot in the leg lock game, especially.
Yeah.
So this is my theory on it. You guys can chime in, let us know if you agree or disagree or don't care. But
I don't feel that bad though, because Mike's a brown belt now.
kudos
to you, buddy.
Right, Mike's a solid guy, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was listening to the audio back of the match of the commentary, and they're like, "Oh, Mike, he competes all the time. Solid guy, beats everybody." I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
How'd I miss this?
Good for you, buddy. Let's do this.
Not
Let's
only
dance
that
now.
dude's amazing on the guitar, dude.
Dude, yeah, I've seen that.
He
I
plays
like
an
it, dude.
8-string guitar. Most
Okay.
guitars have 6 strings.
I don't understand music, but I love like that style, like that.
Motherfucker's
metal.
got 2 extra strings on
That's
his
dope.
guitar
Well, I'm
to
even
work
more
with.
impressed because I know how good you are at music too.
Dude, I was blown away. We met at the Arte Suave event in Stockton.
Yeah.
And we happened to be in line with him.
Yeah.
We're talking, we're catching up. I was like, "Oh, you're Mike," and we talked a little bit. And we're originally talking about jiu-jitsu, and then it just turned into me talking to him about the guitar.
Yeah, he's a super
Because-
cool dude, man.
Yeah, his musician. I didn't know he was a professional musician for the longest time. He's sponsored
Wow.
by Ibanez Guitars. The guitar he plays is an 8-string like custom guitar that they made for him.
Nice.
And dude, he's so good. Like
That's
he's a
tight.
professional musician. So
Talented
he's taking that musical talent and he's applying it to the jiu-jitsu scene and the physical aspect. And dude, that's why he's so good.
Yeah,
Like I've always thought like artists, whether they be musicians or painters or whatever, are way better at sports like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know, because you need to think outside of the box sometimes, and those artists have that, you know,
Right.
where they can go off the fly, think outside the box, and
Adapt, right?
100%,
Right.
100%.
No, he's a good guy. Shout out to you, Mike. We'll do it again one day, buddy.
Yeah, or at least train with him. You know, he's a good guy. Like,
He's out in Tracy, I think, though.
yeah,
That's a little bit of a way. I mean, it's not that far, but I'm lazy.
I could be mistaken, but I thought we talked about like either he has mats at his house.
Yeah, he does. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Okay, yeah.
on his Instagram.
Nice little
He trains
setup
there
too.
a lot too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always got somebody over there with him and stuff. So
That's badass, man. Shout out to Mike, dude. He's a good, solid guy, fan of the show. So what we're going to do is we are going to be wrapping it up. We got some exciting guests the next couple weeks. I know we're kind of slacking on the guests this week, but it's all good. We don't want to get anybody sick, any, jiu-jitsu people coming around and spreading this. Me and Chris are far enough away that we can make this work, but adding more people to the mix can kind of complicate things. Don't forget to hit us up on our Instagram. We also are uploading episodes on our YouTube page. If you go to YouTube, type in Grapplers Talk. Our little logo will pop up. You click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And we're going to be having some videos up, some live podcasts hopefully soon. And we're going to keep expanding that page. We're also on Facebook. Check us out. Give us a like. Give us a follow on Facebook. Check out, I almost said a completely different name. Check out Grapplers Talk for all of your latest grappling needs. We have stickers available. Shoot us a screenshot of your review on the podcast and we will get a sticker over to you immediately.
yes, please.
So send us a screenshot.
I want to touch on as well. We're getting a lot of requests for more shirts, more larges, and I'm also getting some requests for hats. So if we get enough people asking for it, we might do some pre-orders on something like that and see if we can get together some hats and some more shirts for everybody. Give us a message. Let us know. And also let us know if you have a competition coming up that we haven't talked about. We want to put it out there. We want everybody to know. We want to shine the light on you. So give us a message. Let us know. And we'll do our best to get there.
Real quick, just a friendly reminder. Tomorrow is when Backwoods BJJ Retreat actually starts.
Right.
They're going to have a weekend out there at the cabin. So go check them out on Instagram, Backwoods BJJ Retreat. look into their website, look into what they offer. There's pretty much a badass cabin out in the middle of nowhere where you can do cold plunges in the springs and all that fun jazz, hiking, fishing. I'm sure they have it all.
Yeah, and I think Black Belt Alika Foster is going to be there.
Yeah.
So he's solid, man.
Yeah.
Super good, super very, very technical. So be a good opportunity to learn from a great black belt in the area.
Yeah. So don't forget to like us, subscribe, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, follow us for more information. I'm Dave.
I'm Chris.
We are out.
This is Grapplers Talk.